everybody. You're in my seat because I got to do some collaging today. I am working with other artists on Instagram, and every day of February, Februllage, as we say in the collage world, we are creating collages from different prompts. Today's prompt is shoes. Here is my ephemera bookcase. So I'm thinking about shoes. What kind of material am I going to choose? I have some of my magazine collection here. Since we're dealing with shoes, I will be thinking about fashion. I have an old Vogue here from, I really don't know, March of some year, probably in the early aughts. And I also like HGTV. I like having different contrasting content, so I'm going to grab a couple of National Geographics that have been very faithful to me, and I'm just going to gather these different pieces of potential collage material and work with them. I may not use everything, but I am going to choose everything as I go. These are some wine bottle labels. I absolutely love the sun. And again, whether or not it makes an appearance in the shoe collage, we will see. So I'll take the long walk over to my desk and I'll start sorting. Much needed caffeine. Although I do have to say, collage is a great endorphin booster. So here is the ephemera I'm going to be working with for the shoe prompt. I'm going to share what I chose and why I chose it. I'm going to hang on to the sun to see if it makes an appearance. I chose a lot of different colors. As I work, titles for my pieces come to mind. And when I think about possible focal points, I start building around there. So color might be making a strong appearance in this piece. These are a pair of very interesting looking shoes and very colorful. So that's part of the inspiration why I started cutting out some pieces of color. This might be a focal point just because the face is really distorted and kind of abstract and cool. It might be a nice juxtaposition with these images. And then let's not forget the prompt is shoes. Horseshoes maybe, possibly, we don't know. I really love this. Whether or not it makes an appearance, I don't know, but I sure do love it, and it will make an appearance in a collage someday. We're dealing with a lot of color. It might be nice to have something offsetted that isn't as colorful. Color, contrast, content, composition, it all plays a role in collage. And of course, these more delicate images, are they going to be the focal point? Again, I'm not certain. Beautiful black and white images. So these were the first ones that I grabbed. And for me, sometimes the first thing I grab is the best thing that I end up grabbing and becomes the focal point. The group that is sponsoring or hosting the Instagram challenge is the Absurd Collage group. So a lot of what I've been doing this past month, and that you'll see in the final slideshow here on YouTube at the end of the month. So most of the images I have created are very minimal, like my minimal collages, and they definitely have that absurd quality. So the theme is shoes, but that doesn't necessarily mean I have to have a shoe as my focal point. So this is why I grabbed this guy and also these other images. Do I have enough to start? I'm feeling kind of comfortable. So these are starting to be the runners up in my choices. I still have other magazines I can work from. I grabbed my Ladies' Home Journal from 1964. Let me switch back to time lapse. I'm going to take a quick look through this to see if I can find any interesting shoes. That was a very profitable venture through the old Ladies' Home Journal, which I've used in many of my collages here on YouTube. This is a gold mine, so I am definitely hanging on to it, and I will set it aside for next time. But look what we found. First of all, some wonderful design and color, vintage, wonderful. Will it be in this collage? Don't know, but I will put it off to the side because I love this so much. I feel when I find something like this, I mined a gem out of trash, and that's the best feeling ever. And I can keep using it again and again if I simply scan it and put it into Photoshop. Like this background. Don't know if I will use it with the shoes, but I will put it onto my computer, and I can use it again and again and again. My collages are turning into something of a hybrid. They are definitely analog. I cut the ephemera myself, as you see, but then I do play with backgrounds in Photoshop, and that's been a lot of fun and very educational for the likes of me, who was really scared of doing digital work. Now look at these shoes. Oh my gosh, the shoe goddess knew that I wanted shoes, and I opened up the Ladies' Home Journal, and look what I got. This is definitely the mother lode. You saw how happy I was when I discovered this page in the book, in the magazine. And I've been wanting to use this image also, again, not sure, so I kind of put it off to the side. I think I have enough to kind of get started. So by getting started means the ephemera search is done, possibly, but pretty much finished. I'm going to start cutting things out and placing them and seeing what looks good with what. arriving at that venue where all of the ephemera I've chosen is doing its part and inspiring me, and now I'm able to pare back. So I went from wanting to use all of these shoes to thinking it's too much. I don't think I want to use every single shoe, and I'm not even sure if I'm going to use this gentleman's abstract look. I was going in a direction where he was going to be the background, and I was going to put a shoe here and some shoes here. And the more I thought about it, it felt like it was too much. And for me, this abstract challenge, this February challenge with a prompt daily, was something that turned my collages into my minimals, those smaller pieces where I only use maybe 2 or 3 images in the collage. This is too much for me right now. I love it. I love everything that I chose. It was a healthy harvest of images that I am thrilled with and will definitely use, and I have some stuff cut and ready to go for the next collage. I just don't think I'm going to be using it in this. I think I want to keep things simple. Keeping my images simple for this challenge has produced really great work for me. I enjoy it. I'm really happy with what I've come up with. So changing gears, as always with my work, I'm going to start thinking of this in terms of a minimal collage, and as always, staying with the theme of shoe. This shoe looks like it is winning. It is coming up ahead, and I'm possibly going to be focusing on this as the primary image in the collage, in the minimal. I'm still thinking. That's what makes collage so much fun. This prompt has been wonderful for my creativity. It has challenged me because, quite honestly, I'm not a shoe person. So that alone made me kind of roll my eyes at myself, like, what am I going to do? What do I know about shoes? So I think this is going to be my focal point, and I think I'm going to be doing a little bit more thinking. One of the great things I love about collage is when you're collecting your ephemera and you just toss it and it lands someplace perfect. That's exactly what you wanted, and you didn't even know it because unconsciously you just placed it somewhere and there it is. I wasn't sure what I was going to do with these shoes. I tossed it over here and this is where it ended up. So what I'm planning is I want to use this gentleman's face, and I realize the shoes can frame them. Quick little composition lesson that most of you artists out there in YouTube already know. Odd numbers are awesome when you are building a composition. So I guess technically I have 4 legs here, but I have 3 pieces, 3 separate pieces. That's why I like keeping my compositions. I try to think in odd numbers. Odd numbers just tend to be a little bit more interesting. Not always, it doesn't always work that way. For me, I find that it's more successful. I am also looking at this wonderful background. I will possibly be using it, so let's see where we end up with that. I like the color scheme, and I really like the way it is contrasting with the brightness of these ephemera images. So let me continue working, and I'll get back to time lapse. final image. And as usual, it's nothing compared to what I thought it was going to be. It actually has turned into something more abstract, surreal, and quite honestly, it gained its name towards the end here. I think I have to call it Fetish, given the content of it. Is it one of my favorites of this challenge? I'll let you know. But I'm pleased with the progress, and even more pleased that you joined me this week. Stay tuned.